Feeling guilty? Yeah, you are. So MLB The Show just dropped its Negro League Storylines. Let's take a look so you make yourself feel better. So we got El Diablo Wells. We got George the Mule Suttles, who are the St. Louis Stars. I wonder why they called him the Mule. Can't tell. But in 1939, they'd also be teammates again on the Newark Eagles, which would come to Tinker Field and play the Homestead Grays. You know these guys because you made yourself play as them so you could get a card. You really don't care. White Devils. Monty Irvin was also on the Eagles. Hank Thompson wasn't, but in 51, they would both be on the New York Giants, who would do their spring training at St. Petersburg Al Lang Stadium, which is now home to the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Dandrew wasn't on the 39 team, but he would come to Tinker Field in Orlando, same field, and he would play in the first mixed race competition game. There's a plaque memorializing him there as well. Rube Foster, you guys know him because you played as him, father of black baseball, but just think Chicago American Giants. 26 and 27. See, this is Pop Lloyd, Hilldale uniform, Chicago American Giants uniform. Pete Hill, Chicago American Giants, but this is after. See, here's Smokey Joe Williams, and he's in the Lincoln Giants. So there's two concurrent teams, but when they all have the stars, it's later. Frank P. Thompson founds the Cuban Giants in 1885. The New York Times was referring to them as the heaviest nine in the world. That's a fucking compliment. He meets ODCV, the San Marco Hotel, Flagler, all the resorts in Florida, kind of starts the Florida League, but it splinters into the Cuban X-Giants, into the Gorhams, who are watched by the president, who then splits. There's another split. It's Philadelphia Giants, who has Rube Foster, but King Solomon White's the one sitting center. Solomon founds the Lincoln Giants, who are the ones who field the Breakers, plus like St. Louis and New York teams. And then the Rube Foster's Cuban American Giants would field, and like Indianapolis teams would field Royal Poinciana. It was like all-star teams, playing at these Gilded Age resorts. It was awesome. I'll do a whole story about it. Here's Willard Brown. Couldn't find concrete evidence on him playing in Florida. Ted Radcliffe, of course, is a Dodger, so it's, Vero Beach. It's easy. Roy Campanella, of course, is another Dodger. Barron's originally a Negro Southern League team, fun fact. There are a bunch of the greats at Dodgertown. Mammy, they say Barnstorm, it said south, which of course would be in Florida as well, but I couldn't find anything concrete. Roy Campanella also played at J.P. Small Memorial in Jacksonville, which is still there. None of these fields are in MLB The Show, and I think they all should be, but which one do you think deserves to be the most? Dodgertown, Al Lang Stadium? I think Tinker Field in Orlando.